time. It's supposed to be the one constant we can rely on. But what if I told you there's a medical case that completely shatters everything we understand about how time works? Today, we're exploring a story that will make you question reality itself.
Just reading through the details of patient 1215 from Harrison Memorial Hospital makes my skin crawl. The technical evidence alone is enough to keep you up at night.
Let's dive into what makes this case so unique. We're talking about a medical file from the late 90s that somehow kept updating itself for a decade after the hospital burned down.
The temporal impossibility is mind-bending. How does a file continue modifying itself when its source has been destroyed?
Well, the recovery team found footage showing a patient in a pristine medical room, which shouldn't exist in an abandoned hospital. But here's the really strange part. This patient was breathing normally, but had no detectable pulse.
And those eyes, completely white, no iris. The medical equipment readings were just as impossible, showing negative heartbeat values. That's not just a malfunction.
You know what fascinates me most? The hallway the patient described. 12 doors marked with times from 12:01 to 12:12, and that mysterious 13th unmarked door. The symbolism there is incredible.
And his cryptic words about that 13th door, me, but not now. It suggests he was seeing multiple versions of himself across different time streams.
The file itself seems to be conscious in some way. It actively rewrites its own audio buffer, and the footage shows the room transforming between frames. It's like watching multiple realities collapse into one.
That's where the term metadata drift comes from, right? Though that seems like an inadequate description for what's actually happening.
Exactly. And when they analyzed the background whisper saying, "return," they found two distinct frequencies that create a perfect 12-hour, 15-minute cycle. That's not random. That's deliberate design.
The connection to Harrison's full-dive virtual reality experiments is fascinating. Could patient 1215 be some kind of consciousness imprint from a failed test?
The timing would fit. The FDVR projects were pushing boundaries back then, trying to synchronize human consciousness with digital space. If something went wrong during one of those experiments,
That would explain why the recording interacts with viewers, learning their names and mimicking their breathing patterns. It's like the patient's consciousness became embedded in the digital framework itself.
and here's what really gets me. The file manifests at exactly 12:15 a.m., regardless of location or circumstances, even offline. It's like it exists independently of technology altogether.
So we're dealing with something that transcends our understanding of both digital storage and time itself.
Precisely. And when you consider Dr. Voss's observation about how watching the footage makes you part of its story, it's like a digital version of Schrödinger's cat. The act of observation fundamentally changes both the observer and the observed.
That quantum mechanics parallel is fascinating. We're not just talking about measurement affecting outcomes anymore.
What's particularly interesting is how researchers continue studying this despite the risks. As Dr. Voss noted, once you've heard the static, silence feels wrong.
That really speaks to something fundamental about human nature. Our need to understand, even when understanding might come at a cost.
It makes me wonder about other unexplained phenomena in medical history. How many similar temporal anomalies have we dismissed as equipment malfunctions or human error?
And how many might be connected to experimental technologies like the FDVR systems? The intersection of cutting-edge tech and unexplained phenomena seems particularly fertile ground.
You know what's really striking? The way this case collapses the distinction between observer and observed. The hospital staff who first encountered patient 1215 became part of the phenomenon they were documenting.
Creating an endless feedback loop, observers become part of the observation, which influences future observers who then become part of it themselves.
There's something almost beautiful about that, isn't there? This endless cycle of observation and participation, each viewer adding their own layer to the phenomenon.
That combination of beauty and terror really captures the essence of this case. It makes you wonder about all the other corrupted files out there waiting to be discovered.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going to be paying more attention to what time it is when I'm working late at night. Though part of me wants to check the clock at exactly 12:15.
That's exactly what makes this case so compelling. Even knowing the risks, we can't help but want to experience it ourselves.
Maybe that's the true genius of whatever created this phenomenon. It knows that human curiosity will always overcome human caution. We can't help but look, even when we probably shouldn't.
Just like the patient said, me, but not now. Perhaps we're all just different versions of ourselves, spread across time, waiting to be synchronized by something like patient 1215.